Hi crafty friends, Shana from ShanoukiArt. This is card number 7 in Full Deck Challenge 3. Our prompt for this week was dark blue and be freer. And by be freer, I meant not to have anything planned, to have all your bits for your mini collage ready to go and not pre-planning anything. This is my postage stamp, which is my constant for the challenge. I'm just going to cut that out. And then just behind this on my desk, I do have that napkin that has a beautiful blue hydrangea flower on, which I'm hoping I can use somewhere on my card today. For my carryover item from last week's card, I'm going to use the washi tape flowers. They're perfect as they come in light blue and dark blue for this week. Before I start gluing down my mini collage, I'm going to prep the papers. I'm going to pre-cut or pre-tear little bits ready to be stuck down. If you watched last week, you would see that I was sort of cutting each piece or tearing each piece as I was sticking down. But for this week, I decided I'm going to have all the pieces ready beforehand so I can see how a mini collage prepared like that would develop. I've also prepared my napkin hydrangea, and then I'm going to continue to cut pieces for my mini collage. This next paper has the word freedom in it, which I think is pretty appropriate for our style of mini collage today. Right, I think we have enough to get started, so let's go. Using my trusty old Mod Podge as adhesive, I'm just going to apply some and then stick pieces down randomly. Remember, just pick up a piece and stick. Don't try and see where it goes best. We're doing this without planning. If you remember, sometimes I do forget, leave one of the corners open so you can see the number and suit of the card. This, of course, is optional. I don't know about you, but I find it very therapeutic to collage. This piece is from a masterboard I made a while ago. So the pieces that you apply to your mini collage don't just have to be scrapbook papers or pretty papers. It can be some of your own artwork or even bits of scrap papers that you've tested colors or writing on. I'm applying that paper with the word freedom right over the top. I want this to sort of stand out. And then my napkin hydrangea that I really wanted to use, I'm also just going to put over the top. I found another blue postage stamp, so I'm going to add that one too. I'm going to cut it in half though first, because that is how I roll. We've spent the last 7 weeks practicing our mini collage. We're now going to add to our techniques. For next week, the color is purple, and we're going to add white splatter. I'm going to dry all of this really well, and then trim off the excess. I don't think it looks too bad for items that were just stuck on without much thought. I'm now going to add my carryover item from last week, which is this floral washi tape, and I'm going to use one of the dark blue flowers. Just seeing where I'm going to put it. And because I love these so much, I'm going to add a second one. I also find that the dark blue is nice and dark, and it creates a good contrast with the rest of my layout. Now, although I've already added a postage stamp, which is my constant, I want to add this other one too. I think I'm going to make this one more of the focal point. To make it stand out more, I want to create a frame around it. So I'm going to stick it onto a piece of dark blue cardstock, and then I'm going to trim around it, leaving about 2 to 3 millimeters as the frame. It is never too late to join in the full deck challenge. You can join any challenge with any card at any time. I will put a link to the playlist for deck 1 and 2 in the description box below. I want to add a lighter blue behind the dark blue frame to give it more depth. So applying some adhesive and then sticking it down and cutting it the same with about a 2 to 3 millimeter edge all the way around. I wanted to add something behind the focal point to give it more dimension. I tried some white thread, but that didn't look great. So then picking up on the gold accents of that washi tape that I used, I have some gold thread, which I'm going to bunch up and stick behind the focal point. The gold thread is a little stiff, not like your regular sewing thread, so it actually holds its shape really well. And I'm going to attach it to my card with just the double-sided tape I'm using on my focal point. But I'm using a foam top of double-sided tape, so my focal point is slightly off the page. It probably doesn't look like much now, but I'll show you a close-up soon and you can see how great that gold thread looks. If you are on Facebook, you can also join my group there. Just search Full Deck Challenge Group. Look how amazing that looks. It's sticking out everywhere. I absolutely love it. I really hope you enjoyed card number 7 in Full Deck Challenge 3 and were inspired to create your own. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. Thanks again for watching. Happy creating, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.